Okay, so this video, hi lovelies. This video is what did I learn about autism? Yeah, no, no, yeah, no, no, yeah. So I will start with I do have some autistic relatives. One, not very close to, just kind of heard about the fact that her kids were autistic. And another one, she mentioned it to me. She mentioned it to me. I didn't have any kids. And I didn't think twice about it. I didn't ask too many questions. I really thought autism was just social skills. Like, they're just hard to talk to or whatever. And I remember I was working at this job and there was this guy in the IT department and he seems a little off, but don't a lot of people that work in the IT department? Yes. So he told me one day, "Oh, I'm autistic." Or he said I had Asperger's. And I was like, "Oh, okay." I never went further with this, but he ended up getting a major job with the security clearance and ended up leaving and going to DC. So I just never thought of it as a hindrance. I didn't know much about it. So when my daughter was diagnosed autistic, there was definitely things I learned. Nobody has any fucking idea how it happened. And I know I mentioned this in another video. Like, everybody wants to jump on these vaccines. I'm not totally convinced it's the vaccines. I was feeling a little guilty that I didn't delay the vaccines, but I know a couple people that kids are autistic and they did delay the vaccines or they didn't get the vaccines and they still are autistic. Every autistic person is different. Like, I had no awareness that everybody was different. Like, hence how this spectrum came on. You could be in so many different parts of the spectrum. It can affect so many different things. Sensory processing. Like I was saying, my daughter has what is it called? I keep forgetting what it's freaking called. Low muscle tone, food, things they'll eat, potty training, like all these things go into this. And one person, it can be easy with some of it and hard with others. My daughter, behavioral, social skills, there's just so much more to it that I didn't understand. So the social skills, my daughter could care less about any other damn kid. Care less. She kind of does her own thing. She will bring me into it, like my hand, or come over and hug, sit on my lap or whatever. But that's about it. She, like, when she's around other kids, tunnel vision, whatever she's doing, that's cool with her. Sensory is a major part of this, not for all kids, but for a lot of them. Like, my daughter has mouthing issues. It drives me fucking insane. And we've come up with like various chewies or things she can chew on, because she has this thing about putting things in her mouth. So I have to watch her, you know what I mean? Whereas other, I definitely seen people watch their kids less. I am a hawk because I don't want this child to put anything in her mouth that's toxic. And I try to, and we worked on redirecting her when she puts things in her mouth. And I was feeling like a freak. I was feeling like, what the fuck? Until I met another mother whose daughter also has what is it called? Pica? And she puts things in her mouth. And the way I noticed it was her daughter was even older than my daughter, and she was walking around with a pacifier. And I asked her about it, and she, when one autistic parent talks to another autistic parent, we just be real, straight to the point, cut to the chase. Oh, well, she has, the sensory mouthing. I was like, damn, my daughter does too. So, this was the first other child I met with the same issue like that. Learning how to communicate is major. Some kids talk. Some kids talk. Mine doesn't talk, but some kids talk. But you also have to think, how are they talking? Just because a child can say words, are they having a conversation with you? Or are they just saying words? Cup, cup. Not I want cup. They're just saying cup. And then some kids can have a conversation with you. So it can go from the stream of no words, not talking, to having a conversation. And all those kids, from the not talking to the talking, or the, echolila is when they repeat words over and over again, could all be on the spectrum. That advocacy was going to be the major part of this journey. So I've been advocating for my daughter since I stepped into that first freaking doctor's office and told her I felt there was a problem. That was my first hint at advocacy, because she kind of poo-pooed me off and blew me the fuck off, and I was really pissed. So I called early intervention, and I definitely have been on the advocacy trip ever since. And to the point that I got an advocate for the IEP, and and a lot of other things, working on meeting other parents to get more information. And there's definitely this mother that I met that told me about so much shit. Like, if she will, and this woman's selfless, because I meet her one day at a trampoline event, and I'll go into the trampoline event. And the people who's, I don't know if she's on the board or whatever, I end up having a conversation with her, but it was kind of brief. And then I add her as a Facebook friend, and she gave me the 411 from here to fucking there. She done told me everything. And when I say I was writing, taking notes, and followed up all within that week, like, I wasn't playing. That's how I found out about the Autism Center, because her daughter goes there. So, definitely meeting other parents and getting that network going and seeing what the hell they're saying and what they're going through and what they know, because the information is not handed. I don't know. I feel like I've been clawing and begging and trying to get more information, and I done ask every one of her freaking therapists. I done ask early intervention, and they know pieces, but they don't know everything. So I feel meeting other parents in the same situation is key. Joining autistic groups on Facebook that have meetings in your area is key. Like, there's just so many things that I just wasn't aware of. And if I didn't make the strides to meet other people, I would have never been aware of them. So, like, comment, subscribe. Hey.